Hi, I'm Debbie Goodman, and this is Martial Arts Mania. I am here at Soke Dave Johnson's very special, first time ever in Fresno, Martial Arts Hall of Fame event. And with me is Sonny Syonesa. Welcome, Sonny.
Well, thank you. This is a great event, you know that. So.
I can't believe it. Master Dave has outdone himself.
Oh yes, look at the works. Look at the place. Beautiful.
I want to know who did his decorating. It is just fabulous.
Yes, I want to know it too. But anyway, how do you like the event?
I'll tell you what, I'm behind it all the way. I've been friends with Master Dave for a while. He's a great guy, or else I wouldn't be here.
I see. But well, thank you for inviting me to be part of this great event, though.
Now, you came from a long distance to be here.
Yes, I do, from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Wow.
It's very cold.
I can imagine. And
Yes.
here we are in October, and we're complaining because it's still hot here in Fresno.
Oh, this is perfect for me.
Great.
Yep, so.
Now, do you have your own school?
No, I don't actually right now. So I'm actually involved with a lot of filming.
Great. What have you been doing?
Filming one of the feature film that we just finished last night. So I wrap it up at 12 midnight last night, then flew it over here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I got only 1 hour sleep today, so here I am.
So were you in Los Angeles filming?
No, I was in Minnesota filming.
Wow. Okay. We're planning on flying to Atlantic City, New Jersey in January. Would you
cold.
recommend? Okay, it's cold, but is it bad stormy?
No, I went last year. It was great. It was a great event, so.
Okay.
Yep, so
Great,
You
because
should be there.
it's difficult to get me on a plane to begin with.
It's cold.
Yeah. Okay, it's cold, so I will really dress warmly.
Yes,
I'll
please.
dress like I would for a hockey game.
That's right. Just
Okay.
like hockey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about some of the celebrities that you've worked with in film.
I've worked with a few Asian stars overseas. Like many of them is probably not well known here in the U.S.
Well, you know, many years ago when I first started taking martial arts, which was in the 1980s, there was this unknown guy, this unknown Asian guy named Jackie Chan.
That's right.
So, you know, people that are unknown today might be well known tomorrow.
That's right. So that's why I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. So I got one feature film that just finished up. So John Kincaid Unleashed, that should be coming out next year, early next year.
Okay.
And we're working on Ace and Assassin right now. So
That sounds very cool. Now, have you worked with some of our American actors like James Liu, Don the Dragon Wilson, anybody like that?
yeah, I'm planning to.
Well,
I'm planning to.
yeah, that's
That would be
great.
great.
Well, now I saw you down at the Martial Arts History Museum award ceremony last month. What did you get an award for?
For my martial arts style for the elephant stomp. That's a new style for Muay Lao martial arts. So which we bring, actually I bring it to this country to improve our martial art to get better. Right now I'm working on with a few grandmasters to work on this, to tighten it up, make it look fantastic. So it's like Muay Thai,
Okay.
similar to it, and it's like Muay Thai and Cambodia boxing joined together. Then it's called Muay Lao. So that's what it is now.
One of my first shows, Martial Arts Mania, was an old friend of mine I'd known since he was a teenager, is Kiofet Saichanthavong, and he has a school here in Fresno. And actually a couple of my friends have trained with him, both female. And they came, this was great, they came, brought 6 students, and they did that little dance that they do before they start fighting.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, it's about respect. Our traditional we call Muay Lao dance, just like Muay Thai dancing. So it's the same things that we do. We have turn our music on, we dance. It's called respect to our older folks for the traditional for our martial arts. So it's a traditional. It's nothing that you can use in fighting skill, which is performance. So,
Yeah,
and
it was great to watch.
yes, it's
yeah.
hard to do. So you have to memorize those.
Wow.
Yep, so-
Okay. Because I've been a dancer, I've been a martial artist, and just when you learn your forms or katas or whatever they call them in each different style,
yep.
it's the same thing as learning a dance.
Exactly. Yes.
And you take little sections and you repeat them until you get them all right, and then you move on to the next.
Yes, just like an elephant stomp. So most people think that, what is it? So like, for example, if you can think the trunk of elephant, it's like a dancing like this. So you just like, you put your arms like this, I can actually like this, right? So like this, I can
So
actually,
it's this
exactly.
movement, right.
Yeah, so it's a trunk, but elephant stump have three styles: elephant trunk, elephant stump. So that's kind of stuff. So the big head one is called elephant sleeping. That is very difficult, more advanced. But they say, well, sleeping you're not fighting, but actually it's more fighting. So as elephant goes, so yeah.
So, at what age did you start getting involved in martial arts? Were you a small child?
I didn't even know there was martial art. All I know is that my grandpa said, well, you can either be a farmer, a police, or a fighter. So, a farmer, you don't have to be smart. You will be born one. I said, so you want to be police, you have to study hard. So the fighter has been my second choice. I wanted to be a police, but I couldn't. I wasn't old enough. So then I started do the fighting since I was 7. So he teach me and he take me to temple to learn the elephant stump until I'm 13 and 14, and he said, that's what it is. I said, oh, then he took me to learn more Muay Thai to get more involved with it. And after that, I just fell in love with it.
That's
and
great.
Bruce Lee was my father to me. So, but back home, we don't call him Bruce Lee, but we call a different name,
What do you call it?
called Ainum Siang Tung, which means the puffy guy.
Okay.
So because he's pop, right? So, and then when it came to America in 1980, and they said, you know who Bruce Lee is? I said, who? I said, are you kidding me? You don't know Bruce Lee? I said, no. And they said, show me that, yeah, I know who he is, but that's not the same name.
That's not what
But
we call him.
yeah, so until 1985, I get used to that name. But there, he's at Miami since I'm age 10. So
How old were you when you came to the United States?
about 13 and 14.
Okay, did you come directly from Laos or did you go through Thailand?
Go to
or?
Thailand for a little while, and then come to U.S.
Wow.
Yes.
Tell me about Thailand. It sounds like a really exciting place.
Oh, it's a great place to be. Vacation, yes. You know, but I know about staying there, just too much expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's on my bucket list. One of the places I'd like to
you
visit.
should. You come to Laos too. You're welcome here.
Okay, my camera operator is planning on going to Vietnam next year.
Oh, yeah, I
And it's
see.
like, that's a part of the world that we never
We can
really
go at the
even-
same time and go in April next year in Vietnam. So
When is Tet?
who?
Tet, New Year? Vietnamese New Year?
Vietnamese New Year's in between February or something, but ours in April.
Yeah, right around Easter, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, April. It's beautiful water. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You could have
also
fun there.
celebrate Chinese New Year because I'm interested in astrology.
Ah.
So it's when the sun is in Aquarius and the new moon is in Aquarius that starts Chinese New Year.
Wow.
And then the full moon, of course, is the end.
Wow.
2 weeks, yeah.
You were getting into this stuff. That's good.
Well,
But, you
let
know.
me say, I paid my dues because I studied Kung Fu. And during Chinese New Year, for 3 weekends straight, you went around town doing the lion dance
Yep.
from basically sunup to
To
after
sundown.
sundown.
Yeah, I know that. I've been there. So.
Yeah.
But you know, we have so much fun out overseas, do stuff like that. It's our traditional, but you know, we respect every culture: Laos, Cambodian, Chinese, Vietnamese, all these. I go around all these countries, just a good friend, include neighbors. So.
How did you end up in Minnesota?
First thing I want to see was Mississippi River. Believe it
Okay.
or not, that's when I want to come to America. I said I want to see that.
Wow.
Because it's a big history to our country. It's about it feeds millions of people water. So our country is very difficult getting water. So that's
Okay.
what I want to see.
Well, I'll tell you right now, here in California, we've got a lot of difficulty with water. We haven't had much rain. This last year was it's a drought year. Our lakes and everything are drying up. So we're praying for rain this winter.
Wow.
So maybe Mississippi River can send us some. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but you know, after I saw that, and all I wanted just education. That's what I did. So
Okay, that's great. And you went to school here.
I went to school here, yeah, in Minnesota,
Okay, what'd you study?
computer science.
Good for you. That's where it's at. That's where it's at.
Oh, last me 5 years working, getting bored looking at monitor, and that's it. It wasn't enough. Then I just owned my business afterward. So.
Well, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah, so.
So how did you work your way west? How did California find out about you? Martial Arts History Museum?
Martial art, friend and families, friends. I met a friend of mine, and then we came across with a lot of martial artists. So it was interesting. I always want to stay away from politics, which
Yeah.
I always try to do. But You know, that's what I like is martial art is in my blood. So I love martial art. So and
Well, it was very interesting. It was about 2 years ago. I started going down to the Martial Arts History Museum. I remember being down in Southern California with a friend, and we heard about it. And I said, I'd like to go to that Martial Arts History Museum sometime. It sounds really interesting. She goes, yeah, I would too. And she's not even a martial artist. So went down there, and then I made a special trip because James Liu was screening his movie, The 18 Fingers of Death. Oh, it's funny. You have to see it. It's kind of a parody on kung fu movies. And so we went down for that, and then we went down a couple months later for the honor award ceremony, and we didn't even know what it was about. It was, so let's go. That sounds like a lot of fun.
so you mean last month?
And then 2 years later, I'm getting an award for my TV show. I actually started my TV show. It's been less than 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
Started here in Fresno. Just local martial artists were coming on my show, and then I started getting calls from LA. People saying, "Hey, would you like to come down and interview the stars of this movie?" And I was
So
like,
now it go
"Wow,
well
yeah."
then. It go
So,
very well then.
I'm
Good
very
for you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, and I'm very fortunate to have a great co-producer, camera operator that's willing to travel with
Well,
me. She
she's
tolerates my idiosyncrasy.
Yeah, no. You're good. You're good. Well, really, thank you to have me here, though. It's a pleasure to be talking to you too. So, and make sure to talk to me again about the movie. So it should be coming out pretty soon.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to probably have to move out here to LA.
No, you're not the only one. Many people are asking me to come out here, but I might probably in about another year or so. I just kind of wrap a couple stuff up, then I should be here. So.
Even here in Fresno, I'm getting commercials, films, of course my TV show. They're really amazed. Down in Los Angeles, they ask me, say, how are you able to do this from Fresno? They think that we're this little tiny cow town and that we don't even have any technology here, but I'm joking. LA and Fresno kind of have a joke between them.
Yeah,
but
I talked to somebody, but then when I came look at location that I want to film some part of my film in Fresno, that I got a spot for it. So I might be come down here to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably call
I
you.
have to talk to our film commissioner. His name is Ray Arthur, great guy.
Good. Well, we'll talk to him about it. So.
Okay.
Well, thank you, and.
Well, have a good time tonight.
Well,
I'm looking
You
forward
will.
to this
Yeah.
event.
Well, I'm glad talking to you. So.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you. Have a good night too.
All right.
Okay.
This is Martial Arts Mania. I'm here with Dame Nicole Brandon. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see you again.
Well, thank you. And yesterday I watched you at the Elite Black Belt Camp.
Oh, it's been an extraordinary experience. It's
great.
a Saedo camp, and Saedo means Elite Path of Mastery. And everybody here, it's the top of the martial artists of the world. It's been just amazing. So.
Is this your first visit to Fresno?
It is, yes. And I absolutely love it. I was amazed driving around. Absolutely, yes.
Well, it's funny because people usually from Los Angeles have an opinion of Fresno. They think that we're still just this little cow town, which I remember back in the day when I was young, you could drive through town and see people riding horses, but no, but we've grown by leaps and bounds.
Oh my gosh, I went down, I saw your art center, this extraordinary art center downtown that you have performing arts. I've been to your mall, which was just
Which one?
beautiful.
Was
It
it
was an outdoor mall
River
with a
Park?
huge IMAX movie theater.
That's River Park.
It was lovely, absolutely lovely. So I'm falling in love with your city.
That's great. Yet, see, I was very young when we had a population of around 100,000. It's now well over 500,000.
You're still very young.
Thank you. It's the martial arts. It's that Qigong. So, did we talk about what styles you've studied when we did our last interview?
We did, but we could talk about anything.
Let's refresh my memory. What is your main style? Because we've all studied or dabbled a little bit.
Well, I've actually studied in almost every art. I mean, it's because I'm a stunt person and an aerial acrobat and a contortionist, and so I've done a lot of martial arts and motion pictures and television. So anytime I'm doing a show, everybody wants to teach me whatever their style is. But for myself, I grew up doing Taekwondo, and as far as capoeira, being an aerial acrobat and contortionist, when I was a child, nobody would ever play Twister with me. I'd come in and all the kids would take the game and they put it in the closet and I would cry because anybody wouldn't play. And it's the same with capoeira, that I come in and people say, I have to do laundry, I have to leave, I have to pick up my kids. Nobody wants to even challenge me. So it's really fun. It's great.
Wow,
So.
that's great. Yeah, I'm a Kung Fu person. I mean, I had tried a few different styles, but I really settled into Kung Fu. I like the fluidity and then also
It's beautiful. And Tai Chi.
The Tai
I certainly
Chi.
have studied Tai Chi since I was way.
Isn't it wonderful?
I love it. I absolutely. And this week has been amazing because we've had demonstrations from the different modalities and the different arts, and each one has been more brilliant than the next. Each is just awe-inspiring. So it's just beautiful.
Yeah, we've got some hidden talent in Fresno. I'm still looking for other Tai Chi instructors. There's a few that are really good, but I'm hearing things like, well, there's a guy that practices out in the park on Sunday mornings, so I'm going to have to find this guy.
Well, I know somebody amazing in Minneapolis, and of course Effie Chow, is a grandmaster. She's
Wow.
incredible. And I was also amazed that we had a couple kids that were here from other countries.
Oh, yeah.
And one even from your own backyard. Little Justin, and these kids were just incredible.
Dave Johnson said there are more people from outside of the country here tonight than there are from inside.
I would believe that we have people here from Uruguay, people here from Germany, people
Yeah.
from Switzerland, from all over the world. And just to watch the art from Brazil, it's been a beautiful experience. And for me, I mean, it's been inspiring every minute of every second. And of course, Soke Dave Johnson is one of the greatest grandmaster teachers I've ever seen. His artistic style, his sense of humor, his genius, and the way he shares his wisdom. A lot of people can execute, but they don't know how to share the information, and he can share, and it's seamless. It's absolutely impeccable. He can do something and get anybody to be able to repeat it, to do it in a way, and not just to repeat it, but to understand the significance and the integrity and the honor and the genius of the movement. And like he said, we wouldn't need gun control. We wouldn't need, if we just practiced Seido, the entire world would be different. So
The old saying that people always get wrong. They say those who can do, those who can't teach, that's wrong.
and he can,
No.
nobody I've ever seen, and he's a master.
The saying actually goes, those who can do, those who understand teach. So he understands and he's able to convey it to his students.
Absolutely. Just incredible genius. I mean, I think one of the greatest grandmasters, teachers I've ever seen internationally in any time period of history.
Wow.
Not just in this time period. To watch him is just profound.
Well, they're getting ready to come in. I guess they're starting to come in now. I'm looking forward to this awards ceremony and dinner.
And what a beautiful room. I don't know if you've had a chance to walk around.
I'm blown away.
It's
It's gorgeous.
Just being here, and you look beautiful
Well,
yourself.
thank you. So do you.
It's so great to see you.
Well, I'll be seeing you again soon, probably in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Oh, are you going to Atlantic City?
in January.
All right. Well, if I don't see you before then, I'll see you in Atlantic City.
I look forward to it.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
With me is Andrew Fanelli. Welcome, Andrew.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm great. Now, you live up in the exclusive Los Gatos.
California. Yes.
Yeah, I have a friend that lives in Santa Clara, and she says, oh, no, that's where the hoity-toity people live.
Oh yeah. It's great up there.
And I am looking forward to a visit very soon.
Next weekend. Yeah, my event. It's going to be the 3rd annual All Pro Taekwondo Hall of Fame and 40th annual Black Belt testing.
Very cool. Now, I've done a little bit of Taekwondo, and there's a Taekwondo instructor here in Fresno named Sean Lee who also teaches Tai Chi classes. So I know it seems hard to go from a hard style to a soft style, but he does really well because I had taken Tai Chi many years ago with Julin Chen. So I want to get back into the Tai Chi aspect. Now, how long have you been in Taekwondo?
32 years.
Okay, where did you start?
I started in 1982, from Master George Chung, who was a student under Ernie Reyes Sr.
Now, George, was he in the movie Big Trouble in Little China? That George Chung? No, different one.
Different
Okay.
one, yeah. And after he left Ernie Reyes Sr., he trained under Heel Cho.
Oh, yes.
So that's how I got my start in Taekwondo.
Okay. Yeah, I have visited a couple of the schools up in the Bay Area or Silicon Valley because a friend of mine, her husband and her sons, all studied martial arts,
Fantastic.
and I think that they went to Ernie Reyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big, they have about 50 schools in the area, so they're pretty big.
Now, are you originally from the Bay Area?
Born and raised in Los Gatos.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. What did your parents do there?
My father is semi-retired. My mom is home mother.
Okay, so did you get in on the whole .com thing, or?
No, I got involved. I did about 5 years of boxing in downtown San Jose at Garden City.
Okay.
My father used to be a professional boxer, so I got involved in boxing from 1977 and 82, and then my mother enrolled my younger brother into Taekwondo, and within the first month I watched, and then I quit boxing and got involved in Taekwondo.
Okay, great.
So I've been doing it ever since.
So you operate a school up there.
I do. I've been training for 32 years, teaching for 27, and I've had my school for almost 18 years.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
keeps
great.
me busy.
I've done a little teaching along the way. I went to my Sifu many years ago, got his permission to teach self-defense classes for women and children, and Stuart Kwan invited me to work with him on the Mind, Body, Spirit program. So, and then of course I taught at John Cho's school, some of the kids' classes and whatnot. So I enjoy the teaching. I would get back into it to teach the basics of self-defense to people.
That's great.
So tell me a little bit more now.
Testing 1 2.
You have children, and
Myself, or in regards to students?
no, you have a son or two sons?
I have two sons. I have one who's turning 5 next week, and I have one he'll be turning 9 in a couple months.
Okay. So how early did you start them in martial arts? About 2 years old?
I started my older one at 2, and then my younger one I started at 4.
Okay. If you had a daughter, would you just do it just the same as you would with the boys?
Oh,
Just-
absolutely. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Anytime I see a father that has daughters, that has them enrolled in martial arts, I say, good for you.
I think any child should enroll in martial arts, if it's Taekwondo or Aikido or Kempo. It doesn't matter the style, but I think it's good because A, you're going to learn self-defense, and it's going to help you with your self-confidence in regards to any issues at school about bullying. So,
And there's a lot of that going on. A friend of mine, Don Wilson, is in a movie that's coming out early next year, The Martial Arts Kid. I'm looking forward to it. I met Jansen Panettiere. He is just adorable. He's the martial arts kid. And hoping to get an interview with Matthew Ziff, who plays the bully in it.
yes, that should be an exciting movie next year.
I'm looking forward to it. So, have you ever done anything in movies?
I've had opportunities to be in movies, but me focusing on my studio, I have a little over 500 students.
Wow.
I have about 8 black belt instructors that do help me in regards to my staff, but I do majority of the teaching, but that keeps me preoccupied, and I don't really have time to travel and do movies. I want to focus on my studio, but also at the same time focus on my 2 boys and try to be more of a hands-on father.
Absolutely, it's very important. And some people really, they want to get into the movies, and others it's just not interesting to them at all. I used to offer to take my mom with me. I'm a member of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and I said, Mom, do you want to go to the Emmys? No, I don't know any of those people down there. Most people would not turn down the opportunity to go to the Emmys, but she said, no, I don't want to go down there. Another time, it was her birthday, and I got an invitation to a party where Michael Douglas and his father, Kirk Douglas, and his wife, and they were going to be there. And I said, Mom, it's on your birthday. I can bring a guest. I said, but it's your birthday. Now, I want to do what you want to do. I said, do you want to go down? Because, she was a fan of Michael Douglas and Kirk Douglas, and no, I don't know any of those people down there. So some people, Hollywood is not for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to be in the movies, but at the same time, you're away from your family. And I would rather, see my kids grow up and kind of be more of a hands-on father.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
But if an opportunity arose, you jump on it.
I might consider it if it's like a short weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave on a Friday, come back Sunday night. If it's a quick little role. But in regards to me pursuing a career in acting, they don't pay that well. Unless you're a big
Right.
A-star actor,
Yeah, people don't get that. They ask me, how much money I make making my show, and it's like, are you kidding me, really?
Yeah.
And now I've done a few commercials, even local commercials here in Fresno, where I get paid pretty well. It's not enough to buy a new car, pay off the mortgage on the house or whatever, but it is good money for what you do. But like I say, it's something that years ago I worked out at a school where there was a very handsome young man that wanted so bad to get into the movies, so bad he could taste it. And he was really good looking. But apparently it takes a little bit more than looks to get into Hollywood.
Yes, I mean, I feel you need to know the right people. It needs to be at the right moment. So
Right, and you have to have a little talent somewhere.
that's right, a little charisma.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt.
I've been surprised at some of the commercials that I've been selected to do. I go in and I'm sitting in the lobby waiting my turn, and they call, and usually they'll, rather than ask you for a headshot, they'll take photos right then and there. Because people show up these 10-year-old headshots.
Yes.
It's like, no, we're taking the picture. So I'd come in and I'd stand this way and stand this way and stand this way. And I'd look at some of the other women that were also waiting, and it's like, oh no, she's going to get it or she'll get it. Pretty soon I get a call back. So it's all about a look that they're looking for, or maybe you just, like you said, you had a little charm, a little charisma, comes across on the screen.
And it wouldn't hurt to know the right people.
Well, I haven't done anything or really known anybody that's gotten me in. It's all been me. So, but I do agree. It's they say it's the kind of business. It's all who you know.
Yeah, that helps as well.
That helps as well.
Yeah.
So you have different levels of black belts. Some systems have first, second, 10th degree, all the way up.
Yeah, we have white through red stripe, and then we go to black, and then we go all the way up to 10th.
Okay.
So we have the whole system.
Okay, that would be interesting to see somebody testing for their 10th degree.
Yes, absolutely.
What is it, like a 3-day test?
I've heard it's more like a 6 to 7 day test.
Really?
Yeah, pretty intense.
Is it done inside of a school, or do they take them out into the woods, or?
It really varies. Some are indoors, some are just outdoors, some is a combination of both.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, well, it looks like they're getting ready to let people start coming in. This looks like it's going to be a great event. I'm very impressed, I must say.
Yeah, very nice.
Master Dave just really went over and above. I don't even have any idea who did his decorating, but it's fabulous.
Yes. This is my first time here, and I'm excited to be nominated and inducted into his Hall of Fame.
That's great. All right, well,
Yeah.
I will see you again soon.
Thank you, Debbie.
All right, thank you.
Bye.